Welcome to Crooked Holler. I thought I'd take some time today to share with y'all why our farm is named Crooked Holler. If you've never been to our farm, when you come right down the driveway, you'd know right away why we call it that. So every tree that we have ever tried to plant wants to grow crooked. Everyone. Doesn't matter if I put a post and I tie it and all these wonderful things that they tell you to do. The minute it grows crooked. Even our fig tree is the most wonkiest fig tree that you've ever seen. It's crooked. I have a farmer neighbor, Farmer Jack, Mr. Jack. The first time he came over and he asked, "What's wrong with your fig tree?" I know, it's crooked and it's growing wonky. But what really sealed the deal for the name of our farm was we used to have this bull. His name was MOJO. I hated this bull. I was so happy when this bull went to the butcher. He used to get out all the time because we had a female, and he did his business with the female. But once he was done with her, he wanted to go gallivant the neighborhood, like all bulls want to do, and do what he was created to do. But he would get out, and he would walk around the farm all the time. And he got out, and I had an arbor going toward our house. It was a fairly new arbor to us. It wasn't a new arbor, but it was new to us. And he knocked it over and broke a few pieces of it off. And so me being A, nostalgic, and B, frugal, wanted to keep my arbor because my friends had given me this arbor. Ruth and Daryl, that was our friends. They moved to Florida now. I'm not real happy about that, but they gave us this arbor, and I wanted him to fix this arbor. So if you've never met my husband, he is the epitome of a country Egyptian, if that even makes any sense, but he is. He's a country Egyptian. Sticks out in this little old town that we live in like a sore thumb. But he is not a handy individual. He never has been a handy individual. And I know this. And I know this to the point that when we have a home improvement project, I usually, months out of when I actually want it, will tell him, "Hey, hon, I have this home improvement project I want to do," because I know that it's going to take him that long to process what I want, decide how to do it, and actually go through and do it. And I've learned to also put aside any thoughts of how I think it should be done and how it's going to be done, and know that he's going to get it done in his way, which suits me just fine because I tend to be a utilitarian. I like things to be pretty, but if they work, they work. So I came home one time after he was so proud of himself. He called me and said he fixed my arbor. I come home to my arbor as crooked as a jaybird. It is put into the ground with T-posts and zip ties. You can't get more redneck country than that arbor. But I loved it because he did it. He was proud of it. This was many, many years ago. We've been married for 18 going on 19 years now. So I had this arbor just as crooked as it could be. And that's when we decided the name of the farm is going to be Crooked Holler. So I have since moved that arbor. I'm keeping it. As long as it's going to stand, I'm keeping it. I actually just moved it. I took the zip ties off, and this time I used a metal wire, the fencing wire, and hooked it around. And I've got a wisteria that I planted next to it that I want to go up it. But I'm keeping that arbor as long as I can keep that arbor because, like I said, I'm nostalgic, and I like to keep that kind of stuff. And he worked hard on it, and I'm proud of it. So that's the story behind Crooked Holler.